The NCAA's was coming to an end, or it had ended for wrestling for all divisions, and my brother is a wrestler, and we watched his stuff, and I saw his team on like Flow and stuff, and they were in interviews, and I could see on their like faces something was kind of up, and I was like, oh, I wonder like the psychological toll of all this. And then like overhearing stuff that was happening, just like regular stress. I was like, oh, my dad made a joke about Cornell's having a sports psychologist, saying like my brother needed to be humbled. But I don't know, I'm going on a tangent right now. Anyway, I don't know. I heard through the grapevine that there was a sports psychologist at Ithaca for athletes, and I was like, okay, well, what does he do at where? And yeah, it was mainly at that first, and then it kind of took a little turn because I don't know, the wrestlers made it very personal. So then it turned into like, I don't know, this is...
So did you,
this is so
did you
bad.
go into it kind of like with the intention of it being more like wrestling focused?
No, I didn't. And I tried not to keep it just wrestling focused, but to give it that thing, I turned it into not just this is what wrestlers are experiencing, but these are the regular and not normal, but the general psychological experiences and emotional challenges that athletes go through as NCAA athletes, with just confirmation from NCAA athletes, and they just so happen to be wrestlers. And I thought it was a very nice touch. I was able to get a hold of All-Americans. So it's not just like, you know, these are the best athletes in the country, and this is what they're struggling with.
And if there's anything you could point to that you learned throughout this story, like what would it be, if anything?
Yeah, I learned that, well, I think everybody already knows people have different experiences and psychological stressors and emotional triggers. But I think what I found interesting was that I didn't expect these athletes to not just have these extreme experiences, but also have very positive outlooks on them. And I think what makes it really different is a lot of people find it easier to quit, but athletes stick to it. So I think what I discovered that was interesting is that no matter how much it stresses them out and they, you know, want to quit on the occasion, or it takes the love out of it, they still do it anyway at the end of the day. So the stress is worth it because they love it.
And then the last question I have is just like, what was the most important aspect of the story in your opinion? Like if there's one thing that people could take away from it, what would you hope it is?
I think I would like people to take from the fact that athletes, I think everybody knows you have to be mentally fit in order to be physically fit. But I think people need to also realize not just fitness, but you need to be able to be mentally performing well in order to be performing physically well. And that extends not just for athletes, but any person in general.